I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is Friday, 5 o'clock. It is happy hour here on the National Racing Network. The stars and cars of the Kamel GT series are heading off for what is sure to be one of my favorite events of the year. We are going road racing at Road America on Road America 500 weekend. They're going to be doing this in the real world as well. Well, the real iRacing world, but the iRacing special event, the Road America 500, is this weekend. That one's going to be fun. My name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us here on what is a beautiful and a little bit sweltering Friday afternoon here right outside of the city of brotherly love. Hopefully everything is nice and wonderful where you are as well. Race cars getting ready to roll off here and on to the track for qualifications. And let's get we'll get all the graphics up so you can see where your favorite is. I think Sebastian Kinder is reading my mind here a little bit. Let's see. Well, cars are out on the racetrack. Let's pick up, let's see. Not sure who we want to pick up here initially. Let's take a look. We'll get a hold of Hugh Haycox. Let's see here. Let's get the social shouts up anyway. Seb Kinder saying it's time for Kamel in the gym. Yes. I'm excited for this one. So let's take a look here. We'll pick up in the side-by-side box here. Let's pick up Mike Polisek. Don't have any laps in yet from these drivers, so as soon as times go up, we will let you know here. I'll tell you what, the racing thus far has been absolutely fantastic that we've seen this season in both GTO and GTP. These races have just been a ton of fun to bring to you. Looks like our second screen is out there. I think things are getting a little toasty here at our headquarters. Lap time's starting to come in now. Hugh Haycock's moving to the top of the board. 1 minute 46.016. Javier Del Olmo going to be quick timer in the GTO class. Lap number 2 for Hugh Haycock's going to be just a tick slower. It was a 46.016 was the best lap, 46.028 for lap number 2. Well, let's take a look and we'll pick up Richard Schmitz. Well, he's making his way down pit road. Here's Brandon Lim down the front straightaway in the Silk Cut Jag. Let's see, he's finishing up his run up the hill to finish his qualifying run. Will be the number 11 of Stefan Schwartzer. Schwartzer's going to finish his run. Let's see, Robert Ridgway also on the racetrack. Making his way up the hill and over the line. It will be one position better. He's going to come home 12th. Kiradine Bufia picking up pole in the GTO class with a great lap ahead of Mike Polasek, up by half a second, 2 minutes 4.713. And let's see, let's pick up Arturas Kundelis making his way over the start-finish line to finish up his qualification run. Kundelis finishing his run. He is going to be in 4th quick. Let's take a look. Ferran Grau making his way up the hill. He is over the line for his second lap. Let's see where Grau is going to come in. It will be a good lap, good enough for 5th quick. 1 minute 47.078. So now it is time for cars to get ready to roll off here. let's see. We're just getting our graphics fired up here for you. 18VO announced a new subscription plan today, and well, we had to subscribe to continue with the license here. However, that was not communicated to us that it would be happening today. So as soon as, I mean, we got a long lap here at Road America. This place 14 turns. The run down to turn 1 is going to be absolutely wild. Let's take a look here and pick up the Nissan GTP starting grid for today's race. Hugh Haycox and Aitor Sintes Galindo going to be on the front row for this one here this afternoon. Row number 2 will have Stefan Schwartzer and Laust Olsen. That is going to be a very quick row. We'll see what Laust can do from the outside of row number 2. Row 3 will have Ferran Grau lining up alongside the Silk Cut Jig, Brandon Lim. Thank you, Brandon, once again for giving me an opportunity to make that joke obsessively, perhaps even compulsively. But we'll take it. Row number 4 will have Richard Schmitz lining up alongside the number 28 of Ali James. Row 5, Aaron Humphrey and Jorge Fernandez Suarez. I almost thought that was another Jag, but no, it is not on the 33. Andre Grishin and Killian Piak will occupy row number 6. I like the throwback scheme. That's an old Wayne Taylor scheme on the 35 machine of Piak. Robert Ridgway and Pablo Suarez on row number 7 in GTP. Row 8 will be Christian Starkow and Jack Wells. Row number 9, Joao Vasco Oliveira and Radak Sakura in the Mazda, the Rotary Screamer, coming from row number 9. Row 10 will have Thomas O'Leary and Christian Tanato. All alone on row number 11 will be the 36 of Ben Summers. Now we'll take a look at the grid in the GTO class. Kiradine Bufia and Michael Paulisak on row number 1. Row 2 in the GTOs will have Javier Del Olmo and Arturas Gundelis. Row 3, Noel Lundberg and Ian Haycox. Ian had a pretty good run out here last week. Django Val and Dennis Behrmans on row number 4. Row 5, Armis Zelinskis and Andreas Sliumba. Row number 6, Franco Scori and Marti Oli. Row 7 will have Felipe Salinas and Cam Porter. A couple of good-looking race cars there on row number 7. Owen Davies and Jonas Seeger on row number 8. Row 9, all alone, will be the number 20 of Mark Gamick. Couple of Band of Brothers Racing entries we're seeing here in GT. Cars are working the formation lap. We'll pick things up at the head of the field with the GTPs. They will be the first cars to see the green flag. Now you see a big gap already starting to form in the GTPs. That's going to make for an even bigger gap with the GTOs as well. Because the GTOs kind of base themselves off where the back row of GTP is. Down to one of my absolute favorite spots on this race course. Down the Canada corner. Spectacular views here, courtesy of Connor Baldwin handling the camera design for us today. Might be my favorite shot on the iRacing platform. Flying through Canada corner. It's a short blast down to turn number 13. under the rev, well, signage, not quite a bridge, through turn number 14, and then the long run up the hill. If you missed the show last week with the U.S. Open wheel cars, 2 races separated by 1/1000th of a second. I think we could see these guys do it again. Up the hill, green flag is in the air. Great jump for Hugh Haycox. He will have the early lead as the field's going to head down towards turn number 1, but good battle back behind. Laust Olsen going to hold off Stefan Schwarzer and Ferran Grau. Everybody single files their way through cleanly. We'll stick with the overhead as the GTOs head down towards turn 1. Side by side, going to be a great fight. Polasek and Bufia. Oh, man, almost touching, almost contact. Man, that's tight. The big run down the hill towards turn 2. Let's flip back to the GTPs. They're going to make the run down to turn number 5. This is going to be a hot spot. Ferran Grau not exactly thrilled with how the last race at 3 o'clock went. Oh, it looks like we may have one car that went off the track. Robert Ridgway was off. Stefan Schwartzel having a problem as well. That's going to be from towards the front of the field. See what happened here. Schwartzer just got a little bit off track. Then we're seeing that he may have had a crash issue as well. Well, maybe not, but at the head of the line in GTP, Hugh Haycox leading Heitor Sintes Galindo. GTP starting to separate out. Not the same. Going to be true for the GTOs. These guys are going to be absolutely they back up so incredibly well. One of our 60-minute races as well on the season. I believe there are 2 60-minute races over the course of the schedule. There you can see the gaps are big in the GTP. That ran in the IMSA GT Championship back in 1979. They're going to recreate it here on the iRacing platform. As Bufia comes around Polasek to pick up the lead, they head under the Corvette bridge. Through turn 6 and 7, then they'll head under. Well, no, here we go. Out of turn 8, then they'll come up the Johnsonville Broncos bridge. Speedville on the side of that way. Yeah, you know what? Let's get this comment up from Seb Kinder. This weekend, MotoGP at COTA, IndyCar at Long Beach, and NASCAR at Martinsville. Let's also not forget, World Endurance Championship is in Portimao, and they have already put a car into the grandstands in one of the super classes. No joke, a Porsche lost his brakes, went backwards into a tire wall, and basically just kind of buried itself in the grandstands, basically. Nobody was injured, no spectators in that particular grandstand. Move up to GTP here. We'll pick up Ferran Grau, leading Heitor Sintes Galindo, Laust Olsen, Brandon Lim. All 4 of these cars running 5 seconds back of Hugh Haycox. So 5 minutes into this first race, and Hugh Haycock's already with a 6-second lead over Ferran Grau. And that lead continues to expand, even with these guys kind of tag teamed up and drafting their way through. Grau and Galindo down to turn number 1. Heitor Sintes Galindo going to pick up the spot on what looks like team cars. Sintes Galindo having a hot start to the season. In 5 weeks, 14 starts, 3 wins, 10 top 5 finishes. Sitting on 918 official points heading into this race. Second is going to be Ferran Grau. 10 starts, 1 win, 7 top 5s, and only 784 points. Taking a look here and see what we got going on. Looks like a couple of good battles, a little bit deeper in the pack, but that's going to be cars that are GTP cars making their way through the GTOs that basically did the pit lane start. Also, a couple of GTOs having some early issues. Stefan Schwarzer and Jorge Fernandez Suarez both on pit lane. Heading back to the GTO class, and Kiradine Bufia holding a 1.2 second advantage over Mike Polasek. Michael having a little bit of an off track, which allowed the gap to open up and brought Javier Del Olmo right back to the party. Let's take a look. Let's bring the comments back up here. Yeah, seeing the comment here from Seb Kinder. Let's bring this one up. Thank God nobody injured. With the death of World Rally Championship driver Craig Breen, this week has been tough. Yeah, it started with the passing of Justin Owen on Saturday night in the USAC National Sprint Car Series race at Lawrenceburg Speedway. And then continued with Craig Breen having an accident during testing in Croatia for next weekend's Rally Croatia. It's been not been a very good week here in the auto racing world. Seb also saying Hugh Haycock is still a monster, I see. Yes. Let's pick him up here at the front of the field. He gone. They're just nobody close. Great shot from overhead down the front straightaway. He's actually starting to catch some of the GTO field. The gap is now 9 seconds back to Heitor Sintes Galindo. Haycox is through turn 1, and second place is just crossing the start-finish line. Thomas O'Leary inside of the jig of Brendan Lim. Brendan able to not give up 2 spots in the transaction. Aaron Humphrey having to stay tucked in behind. Talking the real world racing here, the IndyCar at Long Beach. The McLaren team announcing their 3 liveries to celebrate their triple crown of constructors' wins in the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the Monaco Grand Prix, and the Indianapolis 500. 3 cars that will run at Indianapolis this year, 2 of which I understand completely. The car of Alexander Rossi is painted to look like Johnny Rutherford's Indy 500 winning car of 1974. Actually, let me see whose car that is. The number 6 of Felix Rosenquist is painted up to look like the 1984 Monaco Grand Prix winning McLaren, featuring a certain Philip Morris brand of red chevrons. The third car I don't get. It's throwing back to the 1995 McLarens that won at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, except the paint scheme doesn't match. At least I don't think it does. Oh, trouble for the number 14 of Jonas Seeger. That car going off at turn, I believe that's turn number 5. Seeger towards the back of the pack, though. So let's pick up our tight battles here. Move up towards the front as the GTP is starting to work through GTO traffic. Heitor Sintes Galindo now 0.7 of a second clear of Ferran Grau. Thomas O'Leary only 1/4 of a second back. Oh, O'Leary's going to have a shot. Has to tuck back in line. Nowhere to go to make the move. Oh, man, Laust Olsen absolutely getting chopped off by the GTO. Problem is the GTO had absolutely nowhere to go, though. Oh, he's going to run a little wide. That was a bizzle. Patience is a virtue in making some of these passes, but the problem is you can't be too patient. That's going to get you in trouble. Or at least way too back in the pack to make a difference. Good battle in GTO, just up ahead of the fight we were just watching in GTP. This is Mike Polasek, Arturas Kundelis, and Ian Haycox, all separated by about 0.4 of a second as the GTPs are going to come screaming past. Here comes, oh, Haycox dives up the inside. Kundelis cuts him off. He's going to try to make the move, and he'll get it done. Oh, there's contact! Oh, and Haycox hard into the wall. We've got a pile up. Multiple cars airborne out of turn 1. The Jag of Brandon Lim is almost upside down. Multiple cars getting piled into. It is a full track blockage. Lim tumbling down the straightaway now. Oh my goodness. Carnage. That's all we can call this. Cars upside down still. Trying to get, oh, Punterino almost up and over the Arians Bridge. What a mess. Finally, the track blockage starting to get clear, and we have got a ton of race cars that are going to be piled up on pit lane. Oh, the humanity. That is not the right word, Seb. Big one, that was not a big one. That one was huge. Let's go back and find where that incident started. Let's see. Gosh, we have to go way back here. Okay, let's take a look here. This is the pass. Now follow along. The 7 makes contact with the 1 of Polasek, and then it is just chaos. Look at it overhead from the blimp. Several cars going to try to get themselves turned around, but oh my goodness, that was a mess. Whew. Yes. Seb, you got to come in the booth with me. Come hang out here. We're down here in the, oh gosh, which chat are we in? We're the VCR Discord here, if you want to pop in the booth with us. What a mess. But now Allie James battling Jack Wells. This is the battle for the 6th position. Let's take a look here at the general. Yeah, that was a mess. Down the front straightaway, let's see. Only about a 1/10.5 off his fastest lap of the race was Hugh Haycox. Let's run you back through the field now. He has an 11-second lead. Over Aitor Sintes Galindo. We'll show you the gaps here. It's up to now over 12 seconds as Haycox down through turn 5. He got nothing going on. Aitor Sintes Galindo by 3 seconds, now 2.8 over Ferran Grau. Grau holding a 4.8-ish, 4 3/4 second advantage over Laust Olsen. Olsen running in the 4th position. He's got 6 and change seconds up on Aaron Humphrey. There's Humphrey in the 5th position, 16 seconds back to Allie James. This is actually going to put almost everybody in danger of going a lap down at this point as well. At least a lot of cars in danger of going a lap down. In the GTO class, Kiradine Ufia holding 5.9 seconds over Javier Del Olmo. Del Olmo about a half second slower. Javier Del Olmo having one of the GTPs come around, holding 2.2 seconds over Arturas Kundalis. Kundalis holding 3.6 seconds over Andreas Sliumba. Running 4th in GTO is Sliumba, holding 19 seconds over Cam Porter. Here's a good battle. Cam Porter and Felipe Salinas sitting about 0.2 of a second back. Closest fight in GTP right now is a half second between Pablo Suarez and Christian Starkow. That's going to be the battle for the 11th position in class. This is a top 5 fight, so we'll stay with this one for now anyway. Salinas making up a fair bit of ground on Porter there through turn number 14. Robert Ridgway, Richard Schmitz in GTP were able to get around and back to pit lane. I guess, man, that's the other thing, is this being a 60-minute race, this one is likely to require a pit stop.
Yes.
Oh, Seb Kinder's here. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, finding you.
That was
60 minutes with this one. You need to pit.
yeah, I think both. Let's see. Stefan, oh man, I could have been somewhere up in top 5 if I didn't bin it lap 1. Well, yeah, but you may have been binned in, well, the big one. I just said in the text chat, I don't do it often, but the Hindenburg, oh, the humanity call came out for that one. That was a mess.
Yeah, I was just like riding big one. I see the mess. I'm like, what the heck?
25th through 38th position is on pit lane for an extended period of time. In fact, let's pull up the blimp shot here as they come up the hill. See how many cars are still on pit lane. Well, a lot of them have just outright left. But yeah, there are just lines of cars down pit lane.
Wow. Wow. It was just the perfect storm. Early racing, no container went wrong. Everyone is gone.
Yeah, that's a definitely one of those things where it was just kind of in the right place at the right time, where everybody, the GTPs were starting to pass the GTOs. It happened at the front of the GTO field. It was just kind of like there was a lot of cars in one spot, and where the incident happened as well. Out of turn 1, it's almost a blind corner on entry, and it happened just far enough down the straight that even exiting turn 1, you weren't necessarily going to see it.
Wow.
So, looking, again, we're going to keep looking through timing and scoring here. The closest battle in GTP is 1.7 seconds between Aitor Sintes Galindo and Ferran Grau. This is the closest fight in GTO by a wide margin. Everybody else, again, the closest fight at this point is 1.8 seconds, and we're not even to the halfway point yet. Seeing Christian Starkow may have had an issue in GTP. Oh no, the motor grenaded down the front straightaway. Trying to drive the damaged car back to the finish. And that's where his day is going to end up.
Rest in peace, the engine.
Yeah. These 1,000 horsepower beasts in the GTPs, they don't like running damaged.
Yeah, thinking about like the absolute pileup we had, my first race in this series was for Monza combined, and exiting the oval was absolute like wow, breakfast.
Yeah, the one that kind of concerns me is for a 500 this weekend here at Road America, that kind of thing can be an absolute mess. When you get, if you have one of those incidents, that just makes an absolutely miserable time to wait out, you know, an hour or two of pit stop time.
For a car that may not be drivable.
Right. Actually, one of the things that I was noticing in talking to some of the guys here was that the North American guys are considering running like a 4 a.m., whatever the 3 a.m., 4 a.m. split is, because it's usually one of the better splits that has fewer knuckleheads in it. You don't have all the Americans that are running, just dumbness because they don't ever drive the cars. You're getting mostly Europeans that run the car a fair bit, and any Americans that are joining, and South Americans that are joining. It's the middle of the night, so they're not going to do this just for the giggles at that time of the day.
Yep.
Hugh Haycox continues to be a beast. Up by 16 and a half seconds over Heitor Sintes Galindo.
Nothing changed. Nothing changed. That guy is a monster.
Yeah.
A beast.
Yeah, he's impressive. That is for sure. Actually, if we have any more attrition, just a couple of cars. Oh, wait, let's see. Let's pick up. Oh, whoa, we've got cars upside down.
Again?
And did something happen to the race leader? Oh, that was right in front of leader Hugh Haycox. Oh my goodness. Joao Vasco Oliveira and Kenderdine Bouffia having an issue. Stay with Bouffia here on the replay. That car is showing damage. Go back to the live look, and Bouffia gives up the race lead to Javier Del Olmo. That car is absolutely off the pace.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
You can see the right front corner is really banged up. Gosh, the left front corner is banged up too. That car is going to make its way up pit lane. Arturas Kundalis has already come around. And there's your new leader in GTO, Javier Del Olmo, and he is 12th overall.
Yeah, now I'm finally in the session. Took a while, but yeah, that car is banged up.
Oh, yeah, I can give you the screenshot. I was going to say something. Say, hey, dummy, do your job. Gosh, I didn't even start drinking yet. I have like a 4-hour drive ahead of me after this. Oh, wow. All right, let's pick up Jack Wells and Kilian Piak. This is the fight for 7th and 8th in GTP. This battle down to about 0.3 of a second. Man,
that was close.
Yeah, well, that kind of shows you the fact that the GTOs will corner better than the GTPs will. The Audi all-wheel drive GTPs are just so much faster in a straight line. Dear iRacing, we need more of these cars.
Yes.
Jordan Barry, I believe, is checking in. Sim Racing Realtor saying, man, these cars look like so much fun. I absolutely have a love relationship with the Nissan GTP. It sounds incredible. In fact, let's go on board here with Kilian Piak. Every time you get off the throttle. The thing about these cars, though, is you have to keep the revs up because the turbocharger is only working like mid to top end of the RPM range. So when you're at low speed, it goes crawling, 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 go! And it just takes off like an absolute rocket ship from like the middle of first gear on. It is such an incredible car to drive.
Yep. I forget this.
Just inside the halfway point, Hugh Haycock's leading by almost 15 seconds over Heitor Sintes Galindo. But that gap is shrinking quickly. Let's see. Let's get back outside. Doesn't look like there's any damage to Haycock's car. Well, there you go. Now he's back up to 15.3 seconds. So
You disappoint us. You lost time.
I know. It's like, what is going on here? I'll tell you what, though, with what's going on in this, I don't know how much Hugh Haycock actually knows of what went on. I am sure that the voice chat and the text chat absolutely exploded during that incident. But outside of the general discussion of it was a big one, with a lead like this, it's almost like you don't know what else is going on the racetrack. Pick up our race leader here in GTO. Let's get you an onboard with Javier Del Olmo. This is a four-wheel drive car. Oh God, I just love the sounds these things make.
And I love how this is just the bare strict minimum, bare minimum on these cars. This is the way.
Yeah, two completely different beasts. Like I said, the Audi 90 will corner better than the GTP does. The GTP does not like to go slow. It is a true ground effects car. Big Venturi tunnels, huge wing on the back. It is made to go in a straight line very fast. In fact, if the car is understeering in a medium speed corner, you have to go faster in it because that's what's going to generate the downforce. And what makes it tricky is this situation here where you have a GTP catching a GTO car kind of mid-corner. That GTP has to get off the gas, even possibly on the brakes. And it's like you're giving up all that downforce you created by carrying speed through the corner.
Yep. But still faster than a Peugeot and an X8.
Everything's faster than a Peugeot.
Even the van wall?
You know what? I am going to say it this way. The Peugeot is French, so they probably carry a white flag of surrender in the boot.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to calmly contain my rage.
Trouble on the racetrack for Pablo Suarez. Let's take a look and see what happened to Pablo here. He was in the 11th position. Wide at Canada corner. Able to get it back on the racetrack and keeps himself out of the way. But we're only 2 GTPs away from Javier Del Olmo claiming a top 10 finish overall.
Wow.
This is nuts.
Welcome to Canada!
I just love calling these camel races. This is the first one where we have seen carnage. Usually we're seeing absolutely incredible racing, especially here in GTO. Oh, battle for second at GTP, heating up. Ferran Grau getting around Heitor Sintes Galindo. They're going to be catching up. to one of the GTOs here pretty quickly. Trying to see which one that is. Looks like Owen Davies. Well, no, might not be Owen. Either Owen or Franco Scori was the car that they just came around. No, it wasn't Franco either. We do have a spotter's guide that I'm looking at, but some of the paint jobs are a little odd. Ferran Grau, I was just saying a little bit earlier, he was not happy getting, well, just outright punted in the 3 o'clock race. This is a big one for him to come back and have a solid drive here. That's always tough to get wrecked out. You're jacked up, upset, a lot of red mist, and then you're going to jump right back into the car again. That's easy to be frustrated.
Yeah, you know how I come to do that.
Yeah, I'm not good at it either. Not something I do well at all.
Yeah, you're probably going to start seeing it's. I mean, I don't remember like fuel loads and stuff like that, but maybe like 15 minutes left. Gonna does. Or maybe they just have the fuel to go all the way to the end. I just don't remember.
Yeah. I almost want to say this could be a TNT special event. The Kamel GT cars with something like the Mustang GT and the P2 or something like that. Maybe the new Dentist Mobile.
Dear God.
That is the modern P3 for those of you that may not be understanding the joke there.
I mean, come on, Chris. All the people that are watching this are refined people who appreciate the Jag.
Yes. Let's see. Unfortunately, let's see. He might be on the racetrack. There he is. Yes. Brendan Lim, the Silk Cut Jag. Currently running in the 16th position in class, 29th overall. I don't know how this car's back on the racetrack. He tumbled 4 or 5 times after getting just absolutely punted in that melee. Going another lap down to race leader Hugh Haycox. Oh no, trouble for Ferran Grau. Down to Canada corner, what happened? Overcooks it on corner exit. Oh, he got lucky. What a save, Ferran Grau. Didn't hit anything, but he's going to give up the second position in the process, and now he's going to come down pit lane. This is the kind of mandatory stop that everybody has to make. And it looks like he's short pitting in relation to everybody else. Mark Gavick on pit lane. Django Val also on pit lane.
Oh, car's on the jacks, so he'll be changing tires. Huh.
Yeah, I would think so. Let's see. Let's pick up Hugh Haycox, your race leader. Putting this is, I believe, the 28 of Allie James going a lap down. Yes, it is. Allie James currently running in the 8th position. Oh, that's class leader in GTO. Oh my goodness. So Allie James is a lap down. Ferran Grau on pit lane.
And here comes Hugh. Oh no.
Let's see. Nope, Haycock's not going to come down pit lane this time. Down inside of 20 minutes to go in this one. take a look here. There we go. Okay, so Ferran Grau is back on the racetrack in the 7th position. 1 minute and 16 seconds behind the race leader. So about 30 seconds separating those two.
Yeah, I do remember this GTP using a lot of tires. I do remember when they were at Sonoma, they would chew up tires.
Wait, what was that, Sam?
Oh yeah, I think connection died there. I was remembering that. Yeah, the GTP may chew up tires, so this may be why Mr. Grau
yeah, well,
being onto the jacks.
I say Laust Olsen is also on pit lane. If you're going to have to take enough fuel to make another 18 minutes, 19 minutes, you might as well take the tires. Because under, I believe, they don't have to shut the car off. It's not like the modern rules where you can do fuel or tires, but not both at the same time.
Technically now on the LMDH, you can do both fuel and tires at the same moment.
Okay.
And then in P2 now. I do remember that.
So yeah, that's one of those that if you're gonna have to take a bunch of fuel and you can change tires at the same time, you might as well. That just seems like it would make a ton of sense. And here comes your race leader, Hugh Haycox, down pit lane. We'll follow the pit stop here, and we'll see if Heitor Sintes Galindo is going to come in this time. The only thing that I can possibly think of is if you're running that far behind, could you try to save enough fuel that you don't need the pit stop? But I don't know that you could go an hour in these cars without stopping them. I think that's a pretty big ask.
That would be a huge task.
Haycox.
Is Hugh on the track?
Yep, he is up on the jacks. The average stop time about 24, 25 seconds. As Heitor Sintes Galindo also on pit lane this time. Haycox down and away, 24.3 seconds. Good stop for that
Imagine
team.
you enter. Imagine you enter. Like, you just stop, and then the guy you're with in front of you
that you're chasing is adios amigo.
This, yeah.
So Jack Wells going to come around. He has not yet made a pit stop. The big one is going to be, where does Ferran Grau come out? He is going to leave pit lane about 3 and change seconds behind Sintes Galindo. Seb, will you be driving in the iRacing Road America 500 this weekend?
No, I mean, this whole week, my wheel isn't even plugged to my PC. It's my flight stick and stuff like that. Yeah, it hasn't. Yeah.
That's a long race, too.
I mean, I would have been fine to do it, but just like, no, I didn't have time to train, and, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even know if there's like a good slot for me.
Yeah, that's... I always say that I want to run these special events, especially the endurance ones. I just never find time to practice. I just don't have enough. I'm going to be bottom split. Even if I am teamed up with a 7,000 I-rated driver, I'm going to be bottom split because of how low my I rating is. And in those instances, it's like it's kind of like, you know, playing roulette, and that's a sucker's game. Every bet you make is a loser in roulette until the 1 in, 100,000 chance that it hits for you. So Jack,
you want to know? You want to know the story I had on Road America?
What's that?
Okay, so this happened to me last season for the A-Class sprint series, so LMDH, LMP2s, and I was racing the LMDH. I was backfield for that one. We were starting, so America, and halfway through into the first corner, I see two LMP2s starting through. What happened is that those guys started before we even took the green flag. What issues was chaos.
Yeah. No thanks. That's my thing. I would hate to practice these things and then it just blows up on you. So let's see. We have Owen Davies coming down pit lane this time. Race leader in GTO, Javier Del Olmo, has not made a stop yet. Has about 49 seconds on Arturas Kundalis. That's close to being able to get out ahead. The average time on pit lane is between 47 and 50 seconds or so. This is going to be tight. Let's follow the stop for Javier Del Olmo and see where he's going to exit pit lane in relation to Arturas Kundalis. The stop time for the Audis has been between 15 and 18 seconds or so. Oh, trouble for Richard Schmitz on the racetrack. Clips the grass, goes around, he's in the kitty litter, he'll be able to continue.
This is why you have to watch your relatives and come back parallel to the track, not if you know if you like.
Yeah, rejoin in the direction of travel, not straight onto the racetrack.
Yes.
So Javier Del Olmo coming out about 6.5 seconds off pit lane, ahead of Arturas Kundalis. Now, Kundalis is going to have his tires up to temperature, being on the second lap of his stint. But the gap's still sitting at right about 6 seconds. We'll pick up Django Val and Cam Porter battling for 16th overall.
I really like the tires is for like pitting. Like if you're pitting a lap earlier, then yeah, you won't have all this extra speed that you normally have. But then if you're closely following someone and like he pits right after you, you have those hot tires that can help your take. You know, this brings an extra element of strategy, and I feel like only people that don't want to have fun. Oh, brakes!
Richard Schmitz again goes off the racetrack. He may actually, he's in kind of an oddball spot here a little bit because he was involved in that big incident. He's got 15 laps on the stint. I think it may have been long enough into the race that if you pitted under that caution, you could be okay to make the end.
Yeah, it was like 15 minutes in the race, so yeah, I think that's enough actually.
Seeing Owen Davies may have had an issue in the 38. Davies running inside the top 10 in class. He's going to go for a slide. And brings it right back out onto the racetrack. No harm, no foul. We talked about this guy being a beast, but I'll tell you what, Seb, it is really impressive what Hugh Haycox has been able to do here. Even with the pit stop, the gap is almost 25 seconds to Aitor Sintes Galindo. Looking at the numbers, these guys are both A classes, both over 4,700 I rating. It's not easy to pull a gap like that over somebody with that skill level. You gap me or you, it's one thing. gapping somebody that's a 5,000 I rating that's just sick.
Yep.
Down inside of 10 minutes to go. 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here at Road America in a preview of this weekend's Road America 500. If you're liking the show, give it a like and a share. Let everybody know what's going on, and hopefully they can tune in for the last few minutes here. Fairly certain that
race again.
Fairly certain said that big wreck is iRacing not top 10 worthy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like yeah. Oh no, wait, I messed up. Oh, absolutely.
Yes. So let's see. Pick up Django Val and Cam Porter. These guys battling for the 16th position overall and 5th in the GTO class. Staying pretty tight up next to each other. Breathe the throttle a little bit, let the GTPs come past. That's just smart driving. No sense in trying to battle. Just move out of their way on the straightaway, let them go. And a little bit of a run wide there in Canada corner. Porter has to back out to let one of the GTPs through. Oh, but Val's going to be getting caught up a little bit there as well. See where else we have a battle. The closest fight in GTP is 2.5 seconds between second place Aitor Sintes Galindo and third place Ferran Grau. That's a tough spot for the Audis where Django Val just got past. On corner entry, the GTP stuffs the nose in. And now all of a sudden the GTO just can't use any of the advantages it has through the corner. You're giving it all up because you have to slow down to not run over the GTP. And that's what brought Cam Porter right back to this fight. Take a look, see our most position gained. It's going to belong to Mark Gamick. Let's see, where is Mark running here? He is just up ahead of this battle. Gamick up 13 positions. Jack Wells up 9. Cam Porter, Ben Summers up 8. Andreas Slumpa up 7. Good races for those guys. As Hugh Haycock sets a new fastest lap of the race with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Oh, trouble for Richard Schmitz. Let's see what happened down here to Canada corner. Oh, a little too much. Oh, and he doesn't hit anything.
Nice job holding the brakes. This is something you have to do. Like if you're starting to spin, hold the brakes. I mean, best example. Sometimes you don't do it, but yeah, hold the brakes.
Yeah, Seb, you're that guy.
Do what I say, not what I do.
Yes. It's funny, I'm watching the session events window here, just waiting for something else to happen. Outside of Hugh Haycock's, it seems like everybody has had some trouble at some point in this race. As Porter trying to get around Django Val down to turn 5. Val going to have The better position, Porter slides wide, gives it right back.
You know how we can make this race even more spicy?
How so?
Push the button on your right, and it would make the rain.
Oh no! Big slide into the concrete barriers, double contact for Radek Sakura. That car will be back on pit lane.
Not the blue button, Chris, not the red one.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that is not something I am overly looking forward to. I think rain, while the great equalizer in real-world driving, we have a pile of people on iRacing that can't drive and to drive. Add piles of water to the racetrack and say, have at it, boys. Man, I don't know.
I am not looking forward. I'm not looking forward to it too.
I think it makes for a neat novelty item to have. But that's about it.
I guess for league racing, that would be good.
It'd be great if we could get rain on ovals. That would make me smile.
I imagine we have to run caution laps because it's raining.
I'm just thinking 250 miles an hour into the corners at iRacing Super Speedway in an IR01 and do it in the wet. Awesome.
Dear God.
Just catastrophically dull.
Wish there was an IR01 Oval Series outside of Delaware and Ash.
Coming soon. Hugh Haycox puts up a new fastest lap, 1 minute 47.227.
What is new?
The return of the Dallara Extreme Series. It's coming back.
Yes.
Slightly different formatting and stuff, and, well, admins that are going to admin it.
Okay. I see.
Okay. This is the anti to my statement, and it's coming in the comments. Rain will be great. Just because people can't drive, let's not drop to the lowest common denominator. I agree. I think in certain situations, rain will be fantastic. I think rain will be great for these Kamel GT races, some of the open wheel stuff, but you can't have rain in a D-class official series, or probably even a C-class official series. There's just not enough talent there to get that done.
Imagine rain at Watkins Glen for PM18s.
Yeah, down to 1 minute 5 seconds remaining here. In fact, this could be the last lap for Hugh Haycox. Let's see where he is. There we go. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Hugh Haycox. The lead is 32 seconds over Aitor Sintes Galindo and 4 laps over the GTO class leader, Javier Del Olmo.
Ferran is not that far from Aitor. Aitor is a second behind.
Yeah, this gap.
His car's right.
Yeah, it's a definite maybe. I think if he's gonna do anything, you're gonna have to see. Yes, I love the comment. I think you may have to see some GTO traffic come into play here, but we'll see. Let's pick up the comment here. That's fair. And then Kamel and Audi will win a race overall once all the GTPs wreck. Yeah, that's... you talk about those things that separate, you know, the alphas from the bravos. The rain will do that. The people that cannot drive this car in the dry will not be able to drive it in the wet. And I am raising my hand saying that. It's just the way it works. It is so difficult to drive this car. Okay, let's see. The battle's tight-ish. Off the turn number 14 for the final time and up the hill. Checkered flag is in the air, and Hugh Haycox picks up the win at Road America.
What a beast.
Oh, and the traffic's going to come into play.
Oh, this is the last thing you want to see.
Sintes Galindo trying to hold off Ferran Grau. They're through turn 13. It's going to be a drag race up the hill. I don't think Grau is going to have anything for him. Under the checkered flag, Aitor Sintes Galindo will claim second. Ferran Grau comes home third. Here's your class leader in GTO. Out of Canada corner, it's Javier Del Olmo with a 6-second gap over Arturas Kundalis. Just don't do anything dumb. Up the hill, under the checkered flag, doing the bob and weave to celebrate this one. Javier Del Olmo picks up the win at Road America. And then these guys start drifting all the way around, which is fantastic.
Yes.
There's Kundalis over the line. He comes home second. Third place belongs to Andreas Sliumba. Good top three finish. There's your race winner. Hugh Haycox absolutely junks it after the checkered flag. Aitor Sintes Galindo, Ferran Grau, second and third. There's your winner in GTO. Doing the donuts out here. Oh, there you go. The Chad Knaus kiss. Just hit the wall enough that you can't do tech inspection on the back end. Jimmy, leave some paint on that wall, will you? Race results are now official, and let's take a look here. Oh, I love it. Oh, no!
This is also an iRacing top 10.
Yeah, really. Looking at your results in GTP, Hugh Haycox gets the win by almost 33 seconds over Aitor Sintes Galindo. Ferran Grau rounds out your podium. Laust Olsen, Aaron Humphrey, Ali James, and Killian Piak going to be the only cars that finish on the lead lap. Jack Wells, Robert Ridgway, and Richard Schmitz back through the top 10. Those cars all finishing one lap down. 11th in class, Pablo Suarez finishing 2 laps behind. Now we'll take a look at the Audi GTO class. Actually, Suarez 11th, but we also have a handful of other GTPs as well. Jorge Fernandez Suarez finishing 12th, Ben Summers 13th, 14th Joao Vasco Oliveira, Brendan Lim in 15th, Radex Sakura 16th, 17th to Christian Starkow, 18th Christian Tanato, Andre Grecian 19th, 20th to Thomas O'Leary, and Stefan Schwartzer completes the 21-car field in GTP. GTO results. Well, it doesn't want to be nice and give us the race results there. Let's see.
You'll only get the leader. That's all you get.
It looks like that's all we're going to get. All right. Well, we'll have to go to our guys from ATVO and say, hey, what's going on here? Javier Del Olmo picking up the win, finishing 12th overall in GTO. Arturas Kundalis and Andreas Sliumba rounding out the podium. Mark Gamick and Cam Porter complete the top 5. Django Val, Felipe Salinas, Marty Ali, and Owen Davies and Franco Scori back through the top 10 in GTO. Let's see, 11th. Let's see. Well, I'm not seeing an 11th place finisher. That's a little bit odd. But 12th. Let's see. Yeah, 12th is going to be Noel Lundberg. Kiradine Bufia, after a great race up at the front, finishing 12th in the class and 27th overall. Oh, there we go. There's the two 12s that we have. So that's 11th and 12th. 13th going to belong to Oramus Zelinskis. Ian Haycox finishing 14th. 15th to Jonas Seeger. 16th, Dennis Biermans. And 17th, Michael Polasek. He is going to be frustrated with that one. Entering the race is the #1 overall car in terms of iRating and finishing next to last on the field. That's a big
Bad day in the office.
Big iRating give up before the Road America 500, which is set by, those groupings are set by iRating. But I'll tell you what, Seb, once again, we get a good show. Thank you for coming to hang out in the booth. You are always welcome in here with us. And, man, good show. And we got some carnage here for this one.
Yeah, that was fantastic. It's just so fun to hang around in this booth. It's just fun. I enjoyed coming to the race with you.
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming to hang out with us. And that's going to do it here for the weekend. I don't see anybody ready to pop in for an interview. And quite frankly, I've got to get out of here. I got about 4 hours of driving ahead of me coming up. So with that, we are going to get off the air. We will be back Monday night with the Silver Crowns. Tuesday night, the TNT Shock Series. Wednesday will be the Sim Racers Club. Actually, Sim Racers Club is off on Wednesday. Thursday will be the U.S. Open Wheel doubleheader. And Friday afternoon, we're back for the Kamel GT Happy Hour. With that, it's adios, amigos. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the real world racing coming up on TV. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us for the Happy Hour here on this Friday afternoon. For Sebastian Kinder, my name is Chris Graham. We appreciate you hanging out, and we will talk to you all soon. Have a great weekend, everybody.